all. Let's see what happens. I think we're live. I think
You
we're live. I
think?
think that's what's happening. I think so. I think we were live here.
Is it
YouTube.com
working?
slash carpoolgaming. I think it's working. I don't know. We'll see what happens. God bless us all. We're Seanless this week. And
Yes.
look, Sean normally runs the stream, and I've got no clue what I'm doing. We were trying to make OBS work. OBS wasn't working. And then we were like trying to figure out Melon, which I've never used before. Sean's usually the one that runs Melon, so we're doing it live, man. We're figuring it out.
I know. I'm about to
Let's
add the
see.
new link into
Yes,
the
please.
Discord too,
My
just so everyone's
gosh,
aware.
what a mess.
It
What a mess.
happens. It
Well,
happens.
look, we're here, man. We're here hanging out. Again, yeah, no Sean this week. Sean's out. We are without that Sean. But it's okay. You got a Lockleth and Seth episode today, and come hell or high water, we are here. We're doing it, man. We're making it work. How are you? How are you tonight?
I'm wonderful. I've got my Red Bull. I've got my water.
Good.
While
Good.
you've been stressing, I've been vibing over here, y'all. I've been a wonderful co-host. Just vibing.
Hey, it works. Whatever works, man. We yeah, I made coffee. I made like a big old thermos of coffee before, and I realized this coffee thermos for a long time is the type where it's supposed to be like vacuum sealed, like you can take the top of it and just shake it as much as you want or whatever.
Mm.
And so I go to make my coffee, and uh I go to shake it like I normally would, and coffee just went everywhere. Like it doesn't seal properly anymore. The seal is busted. It's broken.
It's faulty
So,
unit.
well, I've had it for years. I've probably had this for 7 or 8 years at this point. But I am a little upset. I'm a little like, dang, it finally went out on me. But it is what it is. So if I do have a napkin on hand on the option. I think that is this thermos of coffee is actually the perfect representation of tonight's events.
Yes.
Where you know what, the seal's broken, man,
It gave
but
you a
it's
little
working anyway.
taste of how this was gonna
Hmm.
start without
Hmm.
with just the two of us. Just the two of
Yeah,
us.
just the two of us. And then like I'm looking at the stream here on my phone. My camera's looking choppy, but your camera looks great. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. Hi everybody. We love you all. Good to see you.
Hello.
We're
Everyone
here. We're doing
filing
it live.
in.
Everybody's filing in.
Yeah.
We're good now. I think I can't see as good as it's gonna get, anyways, because OBS was not playing nice, and I had to sit here and learn how to use Melon in about 30 seconds. So,
I know.
but hi
Seth,
everybody. We love you all
Seth
very much.
basically won. He learned an entire app within 5 minutes so we could get this to work. So
Yep. But
way to
hey, we're
go.
here. So let's talk some Nintendo, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Hey everybody, we love you all very much. We want to welcome BobLoblaw, the one and only BobLoblaw, to start us off here. Welcome to the gold member tier. So thanks very much
Yeah.
to BobLoblaw for joining the Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. The gold member tier, of course. He has included with that the exclusive Nintendo Drive post show, which I can only imagine what that's going to look like tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Kevin Ainsworth here in the chat says the Melon tweet still says live reacting. I don't. That's like some kind of bug with Melon. It's always
Mm-hmm.
like it like always does that. We don't know how to get it to stop. It's cursed. Who knows? But
No, Seth. We're surprising them by live
yeah.
reacting to the not
Hang on.
released
This is a
direct that's
Nintendo Direct.
happening. Yeah, we
You
get
get
the
the
exclusive.
exclusive here.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Here tonight, exclusive. The
Yeah,
Nintendo Direct
yeah,
reaction. You
yeah.
didn't know you wanted.
We're always reacting to
Oh my
something every
gosh.
week, so it's not technically a lie. Our facial expressions are reacting to something every week. So,
Yeah, there will be reacting. There will be some sort of reaction. You have to manually change the Melon tweet every time. Oh my
uh,
gosh. Well, look, that ain't happening tonight, Kevin. Tonight, we're lucky to be here at all. So
yeah.
we're just, you know what? We're scrapping by. Lockleth, my friend,
Yes.
save me. What have you been playing?
Well, I can finally say that I have finished Lonesome Village this
Yes.
past weekend. So starting this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, I haven't figured out when, I will be streaming Breath of the Wild, and I'm so excited about it. I've thought about it like several times. Like I thought about it earlier today. I thought about it yesterday. I was like, oh, I get to play Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
this weekend. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Being
I
excited about video games. Isn't it
I
great?
know. What a concept. It took me like 3 hours to beat it though, but you know how if you play a game on stream, it takes a little longer, so it probably would have taken me 2
Yeah.
hours if it was just myself, but
You're talking to chat, you're doing the whole
yeah.
thing. It's a whole
Yeah.
it's a whole to do. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Fair.
Kevin's proud of us as well.
Yeah. Lachlan and Sean finishing games in 2023. I'm so proud, says Kevin.
Mhm.
Well, I'm proud of you too. I feel like Lonesome Village has like loomed large for a while. There were some setbacks. I think you had to do some like grinding or something off stream
Yeah.
or something like that. So
I had to
they
do
did it.
grinding off stream. One of the streams was basically a wash because I didn't save properly before I closed out, and I had to
Mhm.
redo everything again on another stream. So it took me 7 streams. It was a 7-part series over there of trying to finish Lonesome Village since last year, since it essentially came
Oh my
out, is how long
gosh.
I've been playing this game. But I only
Dang.
played it on stream, so I think I would have beaten it sooner if I wasn't doing it that way, but I was committed.
Yeah.
It's
Well, can
committed.
I share my experience actually of watching you on stream? Because I came in when you were streaming the game and I said, hey, like I'm just popping in for the watch time basically. Because sometimes I'll be editing and I'll just
Mm.
lurk on your stream to give you the watch time. And I'll just leave it muted or whatever. And I I wound up like I popped in. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna like lurk and take a nap while you're streaming." So I literally had you on my computer. I'm napping in the bedroom, and then I come back after I woke up, and you're crying on stream. And I was just like, "What happened? What did I miss?"
Listen, the ending was sad. I did cry. I was not expecting to cry though. I was not
Yeah.
expecting to tear up. There's this like, the old elder character that like helps you out like throughout the story. Like he was there from the very beginning. He kind of
Mhm.
reminded me of Tortimer from Animal Crossing, that wise soul type of
Yeah.
thing. And then like he like sacrificed himself. And I was like, dang. And
I
I
came back,
forgot.
and you're just like the tortoise.
Yeah, and I forgot about it because I was just trying to focus on beating the boss, and then at the very end, they had to show the scene of me going to the cemetery, and I was like, "Oh my god." And then the tears just started coming down. So, yeah.
The tears.
The tears,
Yeah,
yep.
man.
All ready for the kingdom.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Did you how what are your sort of final thoughts on it? Now that you've beaten it, how do you feel about it overall? Now that it's done?
Um, I liked it. I do, so I kind of like fast tracked it to beat the game, but I've learned, because I rolled the credits or whatever, I can still go
Yeah.
back and like do the side quests, which I really like when a game has that option. Because it is nice to
Yeah.
just go through the story and, because you just want to get to the end, you want to know what happens, whatever. And then you get to do all the side quest things. So I'm excited to do that on my own time now. Like I can play for
Yeah.
fun almost.
Hey, imagine that.
I know, right? But the game, I like it. I like my favorite parts of games are puzzle games. Like I've always enjoyed puzzle games. And none of the puzzles were too difficult. However, it also took me 3 hours too because those boss puzzles at the end were very difficult and they were also timed. I think that was also like my hands are getting clammy just thinking about it. It was a little stressful. It was a little stressful,
Yeah.
but there's no combat. It's just, doing the puzzle thing. It's basically just like a Zelda game without combat. You're just solving, you know, tower puzzles and releasing
Yeah.
all the villagers type of thing. And you can do stuff for the villagers and gain friendship, which helps you get up the tower and stuff as well. But I liked it overall. The art style was really cute. I think that was the other thing too.
Yeah,
Some people
it's
said it
cute.
kind of reminded them of Cult of the Lamb with just how the characters looked, but I liked it. It was nice, and I actually didn't realize. I kind of read more about the Ogre Pixel, the developers and stuff about them as well, and um, I think they are in Spain, I believe. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure. So I got to read a little bit more about them and them as a company and all the games that they are working on and stuff. So overall, I'm probably going to still play it. So I think that's a my positive overall. Like I'm glad I finished it, but I also am happy to continue playing it.
Yeah.
I like having that option. So
Well,
positive
good. I mean,
experience.
if it makes you wanna go back and continue
Mhm.
playing it, it's probably a good thing, right? Presumably,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say. So, I mean, I'm down for that. That was one that just slipped through the cracks for me. When I saw it though, like when I saw that game was coming out, I was like, "Well, this is like so up your alley." Like I had to tag you in it and like I was like,
Yeah.
"This needs
Yeah.
to be on your radar." So, really
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, and I think I've mentioned it before, but they they provided me the code for it, so I did wanna put
Yeah.
here at the very end a bit, thanks to them and Fern, the PR company that kind of gave me the code too to actually play it. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
followed that game since before it released. Like I was in the Discord for a while and saw a few of their art streams before they released the game. So it was nice to play it when it came out too. So
Yeah. Yeah, so TLDR, Lockleth is paid off to say all this, and she's getting wetting her beak a little bit, and she got it for free, so you can't take anything seriously, right? That's how this works.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's the only reason I finished it.
Yeah, for sure. Did you play anything else other than Lonesome Village? You did some AC, I think, didn't you this week?
I did. I did. I'm doing some work on the second island that I'm working on two islands at once, which I don't know
Yeah.
how I'm trying to do that because my pigeon brain is usually not capable. But the island I'm continuing is my fruits basket themed island. So did a little video on that came out earlier today, but I played a little bit of that. Actually was trying to think before we started the stream, before the chaos ensued.
Yeah.
What I played, I'm trying to like rack my brain. Like I still haven't finished. I will say I still haven't finished A Space for the Unbound, but I did play a little bit more of that last night. Like I've
Oh,
been work
good.
like every now and again I'll pick up like a game and play a little bit of it, and that's one of those that I
Hmm.
did like play probably two different times since last week. So
Yeah.
that's another one
How
as
far are you
well.
in that?
I don't know what chapter I'm on because
Hmm.
I feel like there's so much time that happens in between.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
know if I want to say like where I'm at, like what's
Spoilers.
happening. Yeah, but I'm to a point now. I'm just like, what is going to happen next?
Yeah.
It's just I don't know what I was expecting. I would obviously had no idea where the story's going to go, but like there's no way I'm going to guess the ending. Like there's just no way.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just don't know.
No, look, and if you think Lonesome Village's ending made you cry, you
Oh
better
no.
have a box oh my god, you better have a box of tissues ready for the end of that game. Let me tell you something. It's, it's intense. The ending of that game, I had to, like, go outside and get some air. Like, it was
Oh my
rough.
god.
Yeah, it was rough. So, you're in for it. It's a great game, though. I love that game.
What's that
Really
other
good stuff.
game? It's got the woman with the violin and there's like a cage and it's the owl guy. It's like her boyfriend. What's
Yeah.
that game
When the
called?
past was around. Yeah.
Is that character in A Space for the Unbound? Okay, I just
Yep.
saw her like
Yep.
recently. Like the last time I played, I came across her and I was like, I feel like it's that because there's a cage and stuff too. I was like, I feel like that's that character, but
Yep.
I didn't think that was like an Easter egg, but I thought in my
It
mind it
is.
was. Okay.
It is. Same
Okay.
developer. Yeah, same
Okay.
developer.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense
So,
then.
Mojiken Studio is an Indonesian developer, and they made a couple games before this, but their last game before A Space for the Unbound was When the Past Was Around.
Yeah, because
And,
I've played a
yeah.
little bit of that too. Like that's another one of those that I'm working on at the
Yeah.
same time. So I'm just gonna cry in
Spinning a
all the
lot of
games.
plates.
Yeah.
Yeah, When the Past Was Around is like I wouldn't call it sad. It's very sweet. Like that's just a very sweet game. It's that's a great game, and yeah, I love that. Did you actually do the space dive for her? Like, did you go in and do that with her, or did you just see her?
Uh, let's see.
It's one of my favorites
Yeah, I
when
think
you
I did
actually,
do I think
yeah,
I did do the space dive to help because she forgot the song or something, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I did
mm-hmm.
that. Mhm.
Ah,
Yeah, I
it's so
did that a
good.
little bit. But
That's
I
a
thought
special
that
game.
was but I thought it reminded me of that, but I was like, "No, that's just because I'm playing both of them. It's just in my head or whatever." But I thought the
Nope,
song sounded familiar
you nailed
too.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a very that melody is like, especially when you play that game, like when the passes around, like it's because it's this like relationship between these musicians, so it has that dun 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 dun.
Mhm.
Like you that melody is like burned into my brain. I'll never forget it. And like, yeah, you doing that space dive and hearing that music was really cool. Yeah, good game. I'm glad you're playing that. It's a good game. We
Mhm.
did that for the backtrackers um recently. That was the last backtrack, and that was actually a Seth pick for the
Yeah.
backtrackers.
Yeah, and that's
So
why I bought it initially was to, be there for it, but we ended up, I had my step kiddo that day, or that we had her all
yeah,
weekend. So I was in
yeah,
stepmom mode, and we just had fun playing games with her and taking her to arcades and stuff. So it was a family weekend instead. So I didn't rush to try and get close to the end of that game because I,
fair.
I wanted to show up, but I didn't want anything spoiled. So I was on the path of
Yeah,
finishing it. And then when I found out that we were going to have her that weekend and I wasn't going to be able to attend, I was like, well, I could
yeah.
just take my time and
Good
finish it
thing.
later.
You
Hmm.
would have been, yeah, you would have gotten very, very spoiled
Yeah.
if you showed up for that. So probably for the best.
Hmm.
So I this past week finished Kirby. I finished Kirby. I 100%ed Kirby. Like I finished Kirby. Like there ain't no more Kirby for me to Kirby. Kirby's done.
I saw your
Um,
tweet, your very Virgo tweet that you put out after you finished Kirby.
I don't remember. I don't
You
remember what I
said, "Here's
tweeted.
my thumbnail of the stream that never
Oh,
happened
right.
because I finished Kirby too quickly."
Yeah. Yeah, well, what it was, like, I would find myself playing it, you know, 9 times out of 10, like, I'll be working all day, and then at the end of the day, I'll finally have some time for games, but it'll be, like, midnight, like, 1
Mhm,
o'clock, and I'm like, "Well, I'm not
mhm.
gonna stream this late," you know? So I'll be playing games from, like, 1 AM to, like, 4 or 5 AM or something sometimes, and that's when the Kirby time would be. It would be in that kind of pocket. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to stream that, but I did, and this is maybe the Virgo thing. I had a thumbnail made already prepared to stream it, and
Yeah.
so yeah, so I shared it anyway because I liked the thumbnail, but now I have no reason to use it.
It was a great thumbnail, and it was
So
funny because, before Kirby released or, like, came out that Friday, I asked my chat in my stream the night before, I was like, "Oh, do y'all want me to stream it the next night?" I already made my thumbnail, and I think in the chat, you were like, "That's such a Virgo
yeah,
statement if I ever heard one," and you kinda
it's
had
the
that same
Virgo
moment.
statements. Totally. Yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thumbnail made, man. So, but yeah, I finished it 100%ed. I did everything there is to do. We did a review discussion on All In, and it's done. Kirby is done. It's a great game. I really think that I know a lot of people. Sean's not here, so we can talk about Kirby. Um, we can the bets are off.
Mhm.
John 32 says you should just confuse everyone. Stream Prime Remastered, but with that thumbnail, I've already beaten that too. I'm like crushing these games this year. I'm crushing games this year. I feel like we're all playing games this year,
I
man,
know.
in a way that is so like I've already done Prime Remastered. I'm done with Kirby now. It was great. I really enjoyed it. Um, I I have a couple little complaints with it. To Kevin's point here in the chat, Kevin says I'm almost done with Kirby. I've been playing with my girlfriend. She's Kirby and I've been Dedede. You cannot play as King Dedede, aka the greatest Nintendo character, if you're playing by yourself. You can only play as Dedede if you're in co-op. One
Or if
person
you wear
must be
the
Kirby.
or if you wear the DTD mask.
Yeah, or if you wear the DDD mask, the masks are kind of lame. You just put on this little dinky mask
Listen.
and like pretend to be King DDD. It sucks. I'm sitting here like this with a little stupid mask on my face. It ain't great. It ain't great. You know, it's not how I like to live. I want to be actual D. So, anyways,
Oh my gosh.
other than that though, it's a good game. I liked it a lot. It was quite good. Okay. We do need a solo D game, Kevin Ainsworth. We did get one on 3DS, King Deddede's Drum Dash Deluxe, which
Mm-hmm.
with the eShop closures coming, that is one that people
Yes.
should pick up.
This is the
So.
month, y'all. The end of this, it's like the 27th, actually, I think.
27th. We got a little
Yeah.
time.
You have a little
I
time,
feel
but it'll
like
sneak up on you.
when's the last episode we do before that? We have an episode going up. It'd have to be the 21st
Mm-hmm.
because then we would have one on the 28th. I feel like the episode on the 21st should just be dedicated to like sending off the 3DS and Wii U eShops, like a Viking funeral for them.
Yeah.
That should happen.
And then in the post show, we can buy a bunch of games that we've been
Panic
putting
buy.
off. Yeah, panic buy.
Panic buy a ton of games. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
That probably is what we'll do. So, anyways, so I played this game called Vanarus Tactics on the All In channel, which is an indie game actually published by the same people that published A Space for the Unbound, Toge
Okay.
Productions, the Indonesian publisher. And this is a really kind of cute pixel art, kind of in your Advance Wars kind of moment. It's like a tactics RPG. I would recommend it to people. It's very simple though. It's not like as deep as a Final Fantasy Tactics or an Advance Wars. But if you like tactics games, I recommend it. This one, Toge did provide us a code. All In got a code for this. So I'm also paid out and totally bought just like Lawcliffe. But no, it's really good. It's just like a simple, if you're looking for something to just blitz through over a weekend, you're talking 4 or 5 hours. It's not big. It's not like some advanced, but it has a lot of like the characters are good. The gameplay is fun and satisfying. Yeah. Vanarus Tactics. Good game. Not your cup of tea at all. You wouldn't like it. Not
I watched your
recommending it to you,
video.
Lachlan.
I watched your video on it. It's definitely not for me, but the characters looked cute.
Yeah, they are. They're cute, but not for you. What
No.
might be for you is this game that so technically it's weird. The embargo on it breaks tomorrow, but I'm going to talk about it tonight because this episode goes live before the embargo breaks or whatever. So I'm just going to talk about it. This game, Figment 2 Creed Valley, which I've been playing and is quite good. I like it a lot. And this is I didn't even know about the Figment series, but these are like action adventure, like puzzle games. But the whole concept is it takes place inside of the mind, kind of Psychonauts-ish, but you're fighting back like fears and nightmares and stuff like this.
Okay. Yeah.
It's cool. It has a cool art style. It has it's got this like musical vibe to it too. Like it's the bosses are like singing. Like it's like a musical game. It's interesting.
I saw somebody talk about this game in a video I watched today because I've never heard of it either. And they played like a little bit of the song in the beginning of their video. And I was like, that sounds wild. And they mentioned that like every like boss, like there's so many different songs. Everyone has its own like, soundtrack of sorts.
It's cool.
It looked really interesting too.
It's a cool little game. It comes out, I think, tomorrow or something.
Okay.
So, but I had never even heard of it. The developer reached out to All In and gave us code for it, and I wouldn't have known it existed until then. And I looked at the trailer when they sent it along, and I was like, oh, like this seems cool, and it is. Like I'm having a good time with it. Figment 2 Creed Valley, and in fact, I was like, well, if this is Figment 2, like I should probably play Figment 1.
Yeah.
Is it on Switch? Not only is it on Switch, it's on sale right now.
Okay, so, I gotta get it.
Yeah, it's $1.99. So I picked it up. So I'm going to be playing through Figment 1, and I did the first hour or so of Figment 2. There's going to be a video on the All In channel for that tomorrow. But now I'm like, well, I got to play through Figment 1 and then play Figment 2 because I like the gameplay. I like the kind of vibes of it. It's good. Yeah.
I'll definitely have to pick that up. Post show, I'm going to be buying that just to let y'all know. I will be buying probably stuff on the DS and then that game probably. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some eShop crawls on the
Yeah,
post
why
show.
not? Why not?
Patreon.com/carpoolgaming if you want
It's
to
not
hear
like
that. But the
there's
last, yeah, it's not like there's plenty of reasons to stick around for the post show, folks. But the last thing I want to shout out is give me toilet paper.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You didn't have this in our show notes, but I should have known that that was coming up. And I forgot about the game somehow. I somehow forgot that you played that. Yep. That's been the hot topic in the Discord and everything.
Gotta shout out Give Me Toilet Paper. By the way, I was the first to the punch on Give Me Toilet Paper. Now everybody's playing Give Me Toilet Paper now.
Influencer.
I want everybody to know I was the first to the punch on this. Okay, before I was playing Give Me Toilet Paper before it was cool. All right. I want everybody to know that. Yeah, so I every now and then I'll peruse the eShop just to like see what's going on. All right, just to see what's going on. Thank you very much. John 32 says that was an amazing video. I appreciate that. So I'm looking through the eShop and you'll sometimes see this like junk on there, right? And you're like, what in the hell is this? Like, and I see this thing, Give Me Toilet Paper. It's this like low poly dude, kind of looks like he was in Katamari or something, like the graphical style of it. And he's just this like office guy sitting on the toilet. And it says, Give Me Toilet Paper. I'm like, well, what is this? I load up the videos for it because I wanted to see a trailer. And the video trailer for it on the eShop is just the instructions of how to play it, which is you put a roll of IRL toilet paper and you put your Joy-Con into it and you take a big like flat surface. In the video, it was a slab of cardboard that they were using. And you control the game by rolling it on the flat surface in the toilet paper roll.
So you need like all of the space to like play this game, basically.
Which I did not have, by the way. I did not have. So my setup, I actually didn't even realize how smart my setup was when I began to play it. My setup was I had an inlaid bamboo cutting board. It's like 14-inch cutting board. And it has like divots. Like it's, you know, you've got the handles, but then there's like a kind of inlaid surface. And my thought was, cool, this will stop the roll of toilet paper from falling out. Because I was thinking to myself, like, this thing is just going to roll all over the place.
Yeah.
Turned out to be smart. Because I had a couple snafus with it, but it didn't like ever fall on the ground or anything like that. But yeah, this is basically just like a kind of like obstacle platformer where you're just rolling around. You're playing as the roll of toilet paper, trying to get to this poor man who over and over and over again just runs out of toilet paper, and he needs it desperately. We've all been there. Who among us has not been there where you're in the bathroom and you've run out of toilet paper? It's horrifying, man.
And then what is the phrase that he says when he grabs the toilet paper? It's like two words.
Says, get you.
Get you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That cracked me up because you said it every time. You're like, get you.
Get you. It's the best. And I love too the song that plays. Like,
oh my gosh.
Probably 80% of the enjoyment of this game is just the song. Because you're already feeling ridiculous sitting here rolling like toilet paper around like an idiot. But like it's a fun, like interesting way to control the game. The game itself is very simple, but the fact that you're controlling it this way and the entire time it's playing this very like fun, like wholesome, like, oh man, like this kind of like J-poppy song it's called Toilet Paper by Hyle, I guess. Hyle.
Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't even played the game, but I looked up the artist because you found the artist. And I have one of their EPs and that song saved on my Apple Music. And I've listened to the toilet paper song at least 5 times.
It's so good.
Yeah. So if you're not playing the game,
song.
Go to Apple Music, Hyle. Toilet paper. Best song ever.
If nothing else, you must listen to the song. It's just because you're playing this game.
Song of the year.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. There's no way it's not song of the year because you're playing this game and you're just trying to get to this guy or this toilet paper, trying to help this guy, and it's playing this song that's like, toilet paper, I'm gonna reach you. I want to see you smile. Like. It's so cute. It's like just so cute and sweet. And I was getting like weirdly emotional like playing this, just like, oh my god, like it's so nice to hear these like affirmations from this toilet paper song, you know? Oh, it's so good.
Oh my
Um
gosh.
the game's $5.
Yeah.
There are 32 stages, so you'll probably, you know, and there's no reason to replay them. It's just the kind of thing you spend $5 on it. It's going to take you hour and a half maybe to play through them all. But it's just so pleasant. And I'll say the ending is buck wild. I won't spoil what happens, but like the stakes go from like here where it's just like a dude trying to poop and doesn't have toilet paper to like all the way up here. Like life and death stakes at the end of that game. It's crazy.
My gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. The way that game ends is like genuinely crazy. And I was like, wow, I'm like grateful for this toilet paper experience, man. It's yeah, it was really good. It's a great game actually. I genuinely loved it. I was joking around like, sorry, Tears of the Kingdom, toilet paper, give me toilet paper's game of the year. But it's genuinely quite good.
Oh my
Anyways,
gosh.
$5 on the eShop. Give me toilet paper. Check it out. Check it out. At least listen
If
to the song, if nothing else.
I was about to say, yeah, at least listen to the song. If you have Apple Music or whatever, Spotify, you know, look it up.
Yeah,
HYLE, toilet paper. You won't be disappointed because like I've
you
listened to
won't.
it 5 times. So if I've made a good recommendation, if Seth has made a good one, then yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I can't see ask what slaps more song wise, that or the Forgotten Land song. It's tough. I would probably give the edge to toilet paper. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I
I'm
don't know about that.
toilet
I
paper
don't know.
song of the year.
Pretty
Song of the
good, but
year.
that Forgotten Land song. Well, that was last year's song, so this is the new one.
Yeah. This is the 2023 song of the
Yeah.
year
Yeah.
is Toilet Paper by
Mhm.
Heil.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Absolutely.
100%.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's hit some of these questions we have
Yeah, yeah,
here
yeah.
from the community. What we got in here?
Well, let's
Let's
start it off
see.
with Quagmire's question. And literally, they
Okay.
say to start off, they are part of the problem as they spent $120 on Scarlet and Violet, in which case, same. With the latest news of 1.2 patch corrupting players' game saves, do we think
Hmm.
the Scarlet Violet will get the attention from Game Freak, the Pokemon Company, and Nintendo to fix the game? Do we think?
I mean,
I actually
it
didn't
already
even know that
does.
was happening.
I had heard something like tertiarily about the patch corrupting some people's game saves. I don't know how
Yeah.
widespread that is or whatever, but yeah, I do think that well, first of all, I hope it doesn't affect anybody listening.
Mhm.
And if so, I hope that they find a way to patch the patch and fix that. For me, it's like par for the course of what's been going on with that game. But yeah, in terms of like, will it get the attention from them? Like they've already said they're going to continue patching and working on the game. The patches aren't coming at the frequency I would like,
Yeah.
um, but they have committed and recommitted to fixing the game, and it's unfortunate that this patch
Is this
seems to
like the
have.
second or third patch that they've done?
I think it's the second patch that
Second
they've put
one?
out.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Man, yeah, you're
I
right.
mean,
Because
we yeah
it's already March, and this is just now putting out the second, and then this happens?
yeah yeah.
Mm.
We need them more frequently, and we need. I would like because the patches so far have been like this one in particular. It fixed no performance anything, and it didn't even say in the patch notes. It was all about fixing bugs with the terror raid battles. And actually, Eric, my co-host on All In, he was like, he plays a lot of the terror raids, and he's like, I actually think it runs worse after the patch,
No.
the terror raids. So I don't know. I'm basically just kind of like holding out and waiting until I hear that the game is like patched properly,
Yeah.
and then I'll come back in. So, but I mean, yeah, to answer the question though, I think it has their attention. I think they're, they keep saying over and over and over again that they're gonna fix it, that they're committed to fixing it. So,
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
mean, it was already a big deal for them to even bring, communicate the very first and mention that they were going to put out patches. That was already such a
Yeah,
big deal.
they
So it's already,
apologized.
yeah,
Yeah,
they apologized. Like no one, no one but me thought that that was going to happen. But
yeah, yeah. I know.
because of how, just because of how bad it was, I was like, surely they'll say something. And
Right.
they've done that. So it's already, like you said, it already has gotten that attention. And it's just, I'm sure this isn't helping, obviously, because there's still another
Hmm.
issue. It's not getting better type of thing. It's actually worse now for some.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I hope for the best because I am glad though. This kind of solidifies my happiness that there's not another game coming out this year, like a new
Yeah.
one.
Big time.
Because
Yeah.
I would love to see another Legends game. Like I'm in that like realm of I want to see the next Legends Arceus, Legends whatever it's gonna be. Because I loved that game, even though I didn't finish
Me
it. It's
too.
definitely on my like this year list to finish because the music is just great and just the whole storyline and the idea for that is it's just different from any of the
Yeah.
Pokemon games. And Scarlet and Violet is different than some of the others as well, just in regards to the open worldness and everything too. But I'm looking forward to the next Legends, but I am glad that they held off because of, these issues because they need more
Yeah.
time. They need more time with the games. They need to stop popping them out every year because they finally hit their wall. This was their wall moment that they needed to have,
Do
I
you think?
guess.
Yeah. Do you think that's and I mean, we talked about this a little bit last week, but was that the decision to put out DLC in the fall? Do you think that was like a decision on their part to be like, yo, like we need to not put out anything new until this one's fixed? So, like, confidently, we'll put out the DLC in the fall, and hopefully by that point, the game is fixed.
Yeah, I think
I
I'm
hope
I'm
so.
pretty I'm pretty positive. That's my thought. Like because
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even upset that they said fall winter for those or whatever
Mm-hmm.
because I knew they were still working on the patches. I was like surely they're trying to get it to a better place before they, have you pay more money for the DLC because normally, in the past they would release the DLC pretty quickly after the
Yeah,
first game comes out. And that's with like any like major, Nintendo game like the Sparks
I
of
thought it would have
Hope.
been summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, summer would have made sense in
Mm-hmm.
their old roadmaps that they've had.
Yep.
But for
Yep.
this, like I think they pushed it just because it's not at a good place. Uh in which case they're not putting out a new game either, which is probably part of the reason too. I think it was a good reason to do that, but I hope that they actually are able to patch it properly before
Yeah.
the DLC is ready to launch because that would just be, I'm sure, like myself, I'm gonna be part of the problem. I'm gonna still get the next Pokemon game. I'll say it here,
Yeah.
because I've been a Pokemon fan for so long, but I'm sure they've definitely lost some fans or fandoms in this. So this is do or die type of situation, you know?
Yeah, maybe some. I mean, look, they still sold their like 20 million plus units, right? So
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how much they're feeling that, but I do, but yeah, to your point, I'm hoping. I hope you're right because I would have predicted that the first one would have come out in summer. So I'm hoping that the need to fix the base game has like postponed development of the DLC, and it's like, cool. Well, let's sit on this and let's make sure that this is working before we sell people DLC. I really hope that's what's happening here. It's like it's hard to give these folks the benefit of the doubt though. Like we
yeah.
can't give them the benefit of the doubt anymore. So I think I said this last week, but I wish that they would just say that. Like if that's what's going on, I wish they would just be transparent about it. Like, hey, we know we messed up, blah blah blah. We're fixing it. We apologize. More fixes are coming, but like we're delaying the DLC. It's going to come out in fall, and like I wish they were just transparent about all of it.
I think
I don't know.
I think if the patches aren't to a decent level before, like, I feel like if they start getting closer to the DLC needing to release, and if they have to
Yeah.
postpone the DLC like further because of the patches and they just don't want to release it,
Mm,
they'll
mhm.
either release it and mention something like that. I would hope, saying, like, I hope they would, like, at least, like you said, like, say something about it. But if
Yeah.
if it's not to that point, I hope they don't. At first, I hope they don't release it, and I know people will be upset. But if they do, postpone, at that time they have to say why.
Mhm. You
They'd be
gotta
like,
say something.
yeah, you gotta say something, because I mean they've said it
Yeah.
once before, but it was because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, until then, we'll all be playing Pokemon Sleep. We can take solace in that at least. We'll have
Oh, for
Pokemon
sure.
Sleep sometime this summer, so that'll be fine. Okay. Presto the Magnificent comes in and asks, "What would you want to see in a Luigi's Mansion 4?" Which is a great question. It's been a few years. Luigi's Mansion 3 came out, I think, in 2019. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been actually a minute since Luigi's Mansion 3. Didn't you? Maybe I'm misremembering. Didn't you recently play Luigi's Mansion 3 for the first time? Wasn't that a thing, or am I thinking of someone else?
So I don't have it.
Yeah.
My we have the first Luigi's Mansion on GameCube that we
Hmm.
have played a little
Mm,
bit, the very
that's
small
what it was.
little portion of it, but I've never
Yeah, a
played the
little piece
third
of it.
one. And then, but I did get, I guess it's Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Uh,
3DS one.
yeah, on the 3DS, but I haven't played that one yet, but I do have it.
Okay. It must the first one must be. I remember you mentioning you had played a
Mm-hmm.
so Luigi's Mansion 3 is a great game. It's my favorite one in the series. Great game. What I want to see in Luigi's Mansion 4 is kind of just more of that, to be honest with you. Like, I thought that for what it was, Luigi's Mansion 3 to me is like the perfect realization of Luigi's Mansion. Like, I'm kind of
Mm.
good if they just give me more in like a different setting or something.
I was gonna
Like,
say, like, maybe a bigger location or something like that.
yeah, yeah. Eric, my co-host on All In, has this idea of putting it in like a haunted amusement park or
Oh,
something,
that would be
which
kinda
would be
cool.
interesting. Yeah.
Like, you could be on a
The
Ferris wheel thing, and you have to.
yeah, yeah. Or if you think about like putting it in like an amusement park, like how like Universal Studios or even Disney, really, they're segmented in like very like distinct areas.
Mhm.
Like you could have like the Animal Kingdom level essentially, or like the
Yeah.
very different vibes throughout it, but the amusement park is like a hub. That'd be pretty cool. Because the variety of the stages is like a trademark of Luigi's Mansion. Like in 3, every floor of that hotel is totally different. There's like
Mhm.
a desert area of the hotel. There's like an area, like a floor that's overgrown with like vines and stuff. It's all very, very different. There's like a museum in that hotel. I don't know what's going on in that hotel. So they always do like a lot of variety in the stages. And
Mhm.
so something like an amusement park to act as a hub for those would be pretty cool. But I don't want them to dramatically change anything. I don't want it to
Mhm.
suddenly become open world. Like, I don't want that. Just leave it what it is.
Yeah, an open world wouldn't make
Great.
sense, though, I don't think.
Yeah.
You have to have
No.
some sort of vicinity that you stay in to hunt ghosts and suck them up and all those types of things.
Yeah. Yeah, just leave it for what it is. It'd be kind of interesting if they actually made it like a business, like Luigi's Mansion, like if
Oh.
Luigi actually like took control of it, like he was like a Ghostbuster sort
Yeah.
of thing. Cuz in all these games, he sort of just gets like kind of looped into it against his will, like he's sort of begrudgingly doing it. It'd be kind of cool if he was doing it like on purpose this time. It'd be
You
kind of
just
neat.
want that to turn it into a movie.
Yeah, just make the movie out of that, really.
Yeah.
Just who knows, man? We're less than a month away from the Super Mario Brothers movie now, officially. Less than a month
Oh, you're
away.
right.
And who knows? There might be some, we've already gotten a little bit of Luigi's Mansion vibes from the movie. So who knows? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe they'll have some kind of Luigi's Mansion something in that movie.
Yeah, when's the day of the movie
So
again? Because it
the
changed.
5th.
The 5th,
Yeah,
okay.
April 5th. Yeah.
A Wednesday.
Right there.
That's wild.
A Wednesday, the first day of Passover.
Oh,
which
yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
they did
yeah.
on purpose. Yeah, they did that on purpose. They
Mm-mm-mm.
knew. They knew me and like all the other, Jews across the world are going to be frustrated, not able to watch the movie.
I had a
We got to go in the
vendetta.
daytime. Yeah. Yeah, we got to go in the daytime. We can't be out at night at Passover watching Mario. What are you doing? So,
It's Passover.
anyways.
Why?
Yeah, it's Passover. We got to be indoors for Passover. Anyways, so I'm going to skip to this question from Rizzle29 because the question that we
Mm-hmm.
have from Kevin here is a big one. But let's hit this question from Rizzle29 who asks, have you ever played a game for an extended period of time but quit because you couldn't beat the end boss? Have you ever done this? Is this a targeted question?
I don't know.
Is this?
It's targeted towards you? Because I'm trying to
I don't
think
know.
of a game that I've even gotten that far and just haven't finished because of that reason.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have those instances in like Hollow Knight, Celeste,
Yeah.
like things that I'm doing now. It's not technically the end boss, but I get to that point where I want to quit, but like because I'm making it a series, I still play it.
Yeah.
But I do get past that point eventually. But in the past, I would rage and not play or finish a game very
Mm-hmm.
easily. So
Yeah.
I have a little growth there, but there's still a lot
Ever
there.
because of the end boss though, like getting all the way to the end and not beating it?
I don't think I've done that. I'm trying to think if I
Me either.
have.
I don't think I have either. I'm wondering maybe this is a pointed question towards Sean. Maybe this is like, hey Sean, maybe he talked about that at some point.
Or
I don't
maybe
know.
they've done it themselves, They
Maybe.
could have done that as well. John 32 says Cuphead for them.
Cuphead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuphead's tough. You know what's funny though? The final boss in Cuphead is by the time I got there, like the final boss of Cuphead was not challenging to me by that point because I had already fought like there are like 3 or 4 other bosses in that game that are harder than the final boss to me.
Mm.
So I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know.
Anticlimactic answer to that question, but I don't think that's ever happened to me.
I will
Personally.
say I have I have it on my list of potential games I'll play next for my Cozy to Pro series is Don't Starve. But like I can't get past like day like 2 in that game
Without
and
starving.
like yeah, without like having no fire and just
Yeah.
the monsters
I
get
hate
you because
those.
you're in the dark
Yeah.
and I'm not good with survival games in general.
Me either.
So I bought it because well first I was ill educated. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was like, "Oh, look at this art style. Looks like something straight out of, Tim Burton or something." I was not
It is
not
cool art
thinking
style.
yeah, not thinking clearly. I was like, I'll just try it. Get a little taste of it, whatever.
Little taste.
Yeah, a little taste. But it's on my list, but I may not play it because like just it's a lot. I can't get past day 2. Maybe I should do Don't Starve together. Maybe I just need somebody to play with me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what
Get
we
your
need to
husband
do.
to do
Yeah.
get him to do the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stay
Do it
here.
that way.
With
Yeah.
all the I'll stay here with our spider friends. You go out and you
You
go
go out
gather
and
the
you like
wood.
harvest
Yeah.
the trees and whatnot. I can't see says you
Mm-mm-mm.
need to check out the Dredge demo. That's on my list. I
Dredge.
saw it's this upcoming indie game. I think it comes out at the end of the month where you're out like you're like a fisherman and you're catching fish but apparently it gets like Lovecraftian at a certain point. Like you're starting to get like weird alien fish and stuff. So I don't know. It looks weird. I kind of want to try it out. So that's on my list. All right. So last question here for this week. And this is a big one from Kevin.
Mhm.
Kevin asks, there's no way Nintendo's next console won't be backwards compatible, right? Right? Can't be. So I don't know if you saw this going around, but what happened was MVG, Modern Vintage Gamer, who is a programmer, pretty well known, he made this video and he was like, I don't see how Nintendo's going to do backwards compatibility in their next console because the chipset that they use, in layman's terms, I'm an idiot. I don't know what any of this actually means, but the way I understand it, and maybe I'm wrong, is that he said that the chipsets were not going to be compatible with like future chipsets. Like whatever
Mm.
they would use in the next console would not be compatible with what they develop the games around in the Nintendo Switch. So they would have to basically like code integration in order to make them work. And he thinks it would be difficult, and that's really all he said. But I was also reading, who was it? I think it was maybe Quinn in the Discord, like made a really strong point because they know like way more about this
Oh
clearly
yeah.
than I do. And they had made a point about how there's like integration with like the way that they have sort of future proofed a lot of this stuff. Like they have a partnership with Nvidia and stuff like this. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's pretty it's pretty like unlikely that the successor to the Switch is not going to be backwards compatible. In fact, I think there's no way it's not going to be.
People would be
Like,
so upset, me included.
yeah. Yeah.
I would
There's
be
like
so mad.
110 million Switches out there.
Yeah.
Like, there's no chance.
Half of
There's no
those
way.
half of those are Animal Crossing players
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
2 Switches
No.
in their house.
Yeah. There's no way. Regardless of like the technical stuff, again, I can't speak intelligently about the technical stuff. Smarter people than me can comment on that. And maybe I could just pull up Quinn's comment here, maybe because this might be more useful information that I'm able to provide. But
Mm.
I I don't I can't see a reality where the Switch 2, Switch Pro, whatever, um, isn't backwards compatible. It must. So okay, let me read this comment here from Quinn. Quinn says, they say, fake news. Nintendo have a multi-year contract with NVIDIA, and whatever comes next will use an ARM-based SoC, whatever that means. Yeah, and Rybo here confirms the odds of Switch 2 not being on ARM are slim. So they're speaking the same language. Highly likely to be Tegra X2, as it's essentially EOL, meaning Nintendo will get a discount in addition to the bulk order discount. Don't know what any of that means, but there you go. Key Switch games use dynamic scaling technology, meaning that the visual quality of games can scale with available processing power. Titles like Doom and Skyrim, and there are many more, scale resolution according to load, but it's a technique that's definitely not limited to third-party games. Major first-party releases like Super Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, and most notably Splatoon 2 have all made the leap to DRS rendering. It maximizes GPU resources, pushing out as many pixels as possible. So essentially, I think what this means is that if they are designed in a way that
Mhm.
when there is something that allows for more power, they can scale and look better and be backwards compatible. That's what it
Ah.
seems like this means. So yeah. So I think that's true. Okay. I can't see here. It has got a few questions in the chat. How would you feel if they stealth drop the Fusion suit into Prime Remaster when it drops on the 9th? Yeah, because we're about to get that too.
Oh,
So yeah,
man.
that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Fusion come into the GBA NSO app. Pretty cool. With games like Metroid Dread and Sonic Frontiers, as Strong would say, would you?
Frontiers.
Yeah, he says Frontiers. It's the best. Would you like to see more big publishers do more 3D side-scrolling games with the AAA style and flair? Yeah, I would be into that. I like big budget side-scrolling games. Did you ever play Sonic Frontiers?
I have not. I have not.
Yeah.
But I do see, actually was on we keep talking about sales and things. I was on Amazon. I like made like a wish list of like games that I want to get, like maybe the physical of. And let me pull it up. Because like
Yeah.
I have a lot of games like digitally, but it is nice to have like a physical. Oh, it's not anymore. It was showing Sonic Frontiers for
Frontiers.
physical, yeah, for physical on sale, but not any longer. But yeah, that's on my list, but yeah, I haven't played it at all.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm trying to focus
Yeah,
on the games I have, and then
yeah,
Tears of the
fair.
Kingdom comes out later, and that'll be a whole nother, a whole nother thing.
Yeah, yeah. JB here in the chat says amazing game. I love it so much. It is. I like Sonic Frontiers quite a bit, and it will. I guarantee you, it'll play on Switch too. To bring it back,
Full
it's
circle, yeah.
Switch 2. Yeah, bring it full circle. For crying out loud, Switch 2 must have backwards compatibility. I don't think there's a chance. Again, and shout outs to Quinn again for the detailed explanation as to why. But I do think that, like, just on the base level, there's no way they alienate 110 million people. That's just
Yeah.
not going to happen. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if the systems are gonna be, fairly, like, similar in some
Mhm.
way, except for, power is just gonna be the difference between the 2. I don't see how they wouldn't be. I don't know, there's just as much as I if we're using, like, the recent Metroid game that came out, like, how many digital copies they probably sold of that,
Yeah.
and how many people, taking they probably I don't know, so many people have more digital than physical. It does depend
Yeah.
on the person, and I have a lot of digital games, because they tend to be like those indie or, third party type of titles, which tend to be the gems, y'all. Don't be sleeping on some
Yeah.
of these games. But,
Very much so.
yeah, so not all of I don't know. I just think
They
I would be
do, and they
royally upset. I would literally rage.
yeah.
I would sell 2 of my 3 Switches if that was the case.
I would be so mad. I would sell 2 of my 3 Switches that I have. Yeah, my throne would be a little smaller.
Switch
Yeah,
Lite, get in the
I get
boot.
it. Yeah, yeah. No, there's just, and I, even if you look at Nintendo's history, ever since the GameCube, we have had backwards compatibility on basically every Nintendo platform. The
Yeah, the
Wii could
DS.
play GameCube games. The DS could play Game Boy Advance games. The 3DS could play DS games, right? The Wii U just straight up has a Wii in it. Like, you can play Wii games on Wii U. Like, this would be a huge exception if they just randomly were like, yeah, Switch 2, sorry, you know, it's just not going to happen. I was really surprised to see so many people sort of like taking on that narrative. And yeah, don't, don't freak out. Stay calm, everybody. It's all right. We've all spent too much money on this thing to give up now.
Well, as Rybo says, 2 of the 3, she mad, y'all, and that is so true.
That's right. That's
So
right.
true. I would be upset.
Hell hath no fury like a Lockleth scorned.
Listen,
So
one of my islands will be yeeted that day if that happens. God, I don't
yeah.
care if it's done. It's gone.
Here's a good point from JB. The GameCube could play GBA games too. Maybe they'll make
Yeah,
an attachment instead of making a whole new system. The thing could just have a Switch cartridge port.
yeah.
Like, it could literally just have a port for the cartridge.
If it was
You know,
simple like that, I would be down as long as it worked. The difference with the GameCube one though, it's like a whole, like, thing
it's an
to get that
attachment.
thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
a
it's
big
like
clunky
yeah,
thing.
it's clunky. It's a
Yeah,
whole ordeal to get that thing set up. Like, I have that too, and it wasn't cheap, but,
yeah,
but if it's something simple, if they just have to have some little addition to make it work, yeah, fine, but I don't even think it'll need that. I think it'll just work. It's
no,
just
I don't think
it's
so
just
either.
gonna work,
Yeah,
y'all. The magic is
I think so
just
too.
who needs all
Yeah.
these EOL, LOL, whatever? It's just gonna work.
Whatever those acronyms are, dude. I don't know. There's like 5 acronyms in that statement. I knew 0 of them.
AR
0 of them.
ARM, like,
ARM,
who, what?
EOL. Yeah.
Are we getting an
There's no
ARMS too?
chance.
Are we
It's
getting an ARMS
definitely
too?
using an arm, right? That's what that yeah. The EOL means that they must use an arm. I don't
LOL
know what
ARMS,
you're
y'all. Get
talking
those
about.
gains.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know what any of these things mean. End of
Thank you,
life,
Ribo.
says
Yes.
Ribo, is what it
Thank
means
you.
as well.
End of
Yeah.
life. My pigeon brain, y'all. I need help. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm at an EOL right now. in that case, man. Holy
I work in
cow.
IT and I still don't get it.
I dude. Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll, even when you look at the 3DS, right? The 3DS has the cartridge slot for the 3DS has got enough space here at the bottom. I've got a
Mhm.
DS game in here right now, right? And the 3DS has got like the cartridge slot fits both. I think it's just gonna be
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah, oh
just gonna
yeah.
be the Switch 2 cartridges will fit, and so will the Switch 1 cartridges. I think that's it.
Mhm.
You know,
It'll
so
be as simple as that. It's magic.
it's a magic.
Yeah,
It's
straight
magic.
they're just gonna straight David Blaine it and call it a day.
That's right.
Nah.
Goodness gracious. All right. I think we have worked through our questions.
Do you wanna see my
I think
physical for the evening?
yes.
I've
What's
been sitting
this evening's
I had to
physical?
I had to throw it on the floor because it was too much. But I have
I'm gonna throw it on the floor with the sky raisins.
I
Don't
had
do that.
to. I had to. Yeah. Y'all, if you know what a sky raisin is, comment below. Let me know. My husband picked this up today. I booked a million. Flick is my favorite NPC from New
Mm-hmm.
Horizons. You don't see a lot of Flick merch, like legitimate Flick
True.
merch. You tend to see all of the other, CJ even. I think I've seen more than Flick. Um, especially like Kicks. Like everyone loves Kicks. But
Yeah.
Flick, because he's newer, you don't really see him out and about. But it's like an official what's that brand? Club Mochi Mochi, yeah. Brand
Yeah.
of
Club
pillow.
Mochi Mochi.
Yeah.
Hey, Raiders. Thanks so much for the raid, man.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate that.
preach.
Good to see
Preach.
everybody. Yeah. Hi.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Bakla showing off her physical here as
Yes.
you record this week's
Yes.
Nintendo Drive.
Yes. Welcome in. This is what I do every week. I show a physical. And it's not a game
Yeah.
related, but it's from a game. Flick the NPC from Animal Crossing New Horizons. So yeah, I need to add it to my plethora of plushies that I have back here. There's just too many.
Where are
It's
you
gonna
gonna fit that thing? Where is Flick gonna
um
go?
he'll sit on top of the snail or something over there. Who knows? I'll make it
Fair.
work.
Well, I
I'll
mean,
make it work.
collects bugs, right? You're running
Yeah.
out of space back there.
I need another shelf. Like this shelf
Yeah.
here is tall. I need another one like right here. But then
Yeah.
do I buy more plushies?
You're enabling yourself
I
is
am. I
what's
am.
happening.
But apparently my husband
We
is
got
too, because like some of these that I have back here are recent from him. So it's not just me. He's like, oh, look at this. And I'm like, get it. I need it. All caps. I
enabler.
need it.
Yeah. Enabling
Yeah.
the squishmallow addiction.
Mm-hmm,
Well,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
very cool. Well, thank you guys very much. Yeah, so we've got some sky raisins here in the chat. Tim from the Nintendo Dads knew what it was.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
oh my gosh, now we got all these
Another
raids
raid.
coming in right as we're wrapping up.
I
Oh my
know. We're like
gosh.
at the tail end here.
Holy cow.
I guess I'll hold my physical for just a moment longer.
So
So
that
everyone.
physical just a moment longer.
Mm-hmm,
Oh my
mm-hmm.
gosh. Hi Kato Raiders. Thanks so much for the raid, y'all.
I
Y'all
know.
are very kind. We yeah,
I'll
this is
show another
the Nintendo
physical.
Drive. Yeah, show another physical. There you
A
go.
little tiny version of Flick.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only like Flick merch I had up until today. So
Wow.
I'm all about some Flick up in here.
This is awesome. This is awesome. Well, hi Raiders. Thank you all so
Hello.
much. Kato, Nate, thank you guys so much for the raid. We're recording the Nintendo Drive, which is one of our many weekly podcasts here on Carpool Gaming. So we appreciate that. Like and subscribe as always.
Oh yeah, for
We love
sure.
y'all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh. I feel bad. All the
I
Raiders come
know.
in and we're about to wrap up.
I know. At the
Ay,
very
ay, ay.
tail end. At the very tail end.
Thanks,
Flick
y'all.
is so
We
cute
appreciate it.
though.
Flick is cute.
He's the best.
Lots of Flick love.
I feel like I need to put a show and tell on. Like, what else do I have around me?
Yeah, like I feel like we need to like perform
I
like
know,
a
right?
musical number or something like that. That's all right.
I've got Kato's favorite character, Kirby. There you go,
Yeah,
Kato.
Kato's
Just for
favorite
you.
Kirby there.
Just for you.
Thank
Just
you
for
all
you.
so much. You're all very kind. Appreciate y'all. Preach.
Preach.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's Lockleth, let me ask you where people can find you online.
Well, I think I've said this before. I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. You can go to your nearest mailbox, take out your CD-ROM, compact disc.
CD-ROM.
If you weren't aware, if you don't know what CD stands for, talking a lot about acronyms tonight. And put it into your computer, boost that Wi-Fi, start it up, get the internet going. I guess it's not Wi-Fi, it's just internet at that point. And then go to twitter.com /LocklethTWT. I only have floppy disks. Go to LocklethTWT over on Twitter is where you can find me, or Lockleth here on YouTube as well. But Seth, what about you? Where can people find you on the interwebs?
That's right. You can go to your uncle's. Your uncle lives in your grandmother's attic still. He's kind of like,
True.
He hasn't quite figured it out yet, but you can go up there and you can find his collection of floppy disks. And he has the original floppy disks, not like the hard ones, the ones that are actually floppy. You can use those, access the World Wide Web, go to www.twitter.com/$2hero. You can find me on there and follow me on there. All in podcast here on YouTube. Carpool Gaming here on YouTube, of course. Thanks so much again to the Raiders. We love you all very much. You guys are the best.
Thank y'all. But thank y'all for hanging out with us for today's episode, which I will actually say we are on episode 96 of the Nintendo Drive. Yep, getting closer to that episode 100, y'all. Only a few weeks away. But bump that like button in the comments if you haven't already. And let us know. I just fluffed up the entire outro because of all the Raiders, but it's fine. And let us know in the comments below who is your favorite NPC from Animal Crossing New Horizons? Because now I'm just genuinely curious. Like, I had a different question, but I'm genuinely curious. I want to know who your favorite NPC is from New Horizons, and why is it Flick?
Why is it Flick?
And why is it Flick?
The Nagachaka question.
Yes,
the Nagachaka style question. I love it.
Cool. Let us know in the comments and join us in Discord. The link is always in the description of our videos. We have a fun time over there. All of the questions and things that we cover on our shows are directly from Discord. So if you want to be a part of the show, join us. I'm very active. Seth is very active. We're very active over there. Where we talk about games here on Nintendo Drive, but we talk a little bit about games, but we always have.
Talking about games is a loose term. All right,
it's loose.
We just hang out. We hang out here. But yeah, the Discord community is wonderful. We would love to see y'all there. Thank you very much. And I found the outro button, by the way. So I think I can play the outro, and y'all can. Yeah, I think so. So thanks so much, everybody. We love you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the new Nintendo Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like the stream and subscribe here on YouTube, and follow us at Carpool Gaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you liked what you saw and want more, be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming.
D